Welcome to Cobra Kai Canada. I am your host, Alir, and today my guest is the lovely Phoebe French, who plays Charlotte in Cobra Kai. Welcome to the show, Phoebe.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Thanks. Actually, I should be saying welcome back.
Yes, true.
Yeah. So, Phoebe, can you believe it's been 1 week since the release of season 5?
I feel like it just came out yesterday. It's crazy that it's a week.
It is crazy. You know what's funny is because I have to actually sit there and obviously you guys are more anxious for it to come out than us fans, but I literally have to wait as well, right? Because I'm just like, come on, man, release it so I can start interviewing too. So
True.
so I have a waiting process as well. So Phoebe, when season 5 came out, did you stay up at 3 a.m, like everybody in the East Coast, and watch it?
I didn't stay up. If it was midnight, I would have stayed up probably. But 3 a.m. I had to, go to work and stuff, so I wasn't able to. But I woke up early and I finished it in I don't know, a day, 2 days.
Oh yeah, oh man, that's a sign we're getting old, right?
I know, right? And I love going to bed early, honestly. So.
Oh man. Yeah, usually technically before I go to sleep, I always pop in a show or a movie or whatever, and I just eventually fall asleep. Funny thing is when it came out 3 a.m, I was like, here's the thing, I'm so retarded because I stayed up till 3, right? And I was just like, you know what, if I stay up even more because I had to go to work the next day, right? I was like, I'm gonna regret it. And what am I gonna do? Go to work with 1 hour sleep? Yeah. So honestly, I think it was 3:30, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to sleep. I slept. I watched it Friday evening, but I binged right through it, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. So at least I finally got to it, but I do want to rewatch it again just to kind of you know what I mean? Just because I liked it so much. It was it was insane, man.
And the first time you're watching it is definitely a different experience. I've watched the other seasons multiple times too. So you kind of, it's different. It's a different vibe when you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, dead on. Because what's funny is even though I watched it, it's funny how many stuff that you missed. And right?
For real, little details. And the writers are just so smart about including just the smallest of joke or,
yeah, anything. It could be it could be anything. And I'm just sitting there I'll even when season 4, right? I remember I was okay, I'm gonna watch season 4 just to build it up until season 5 comes out. It was a week, prior to it. And I'm like, oh my God, how the hell did I forget about that part? It's one of those things, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So Phoebe, fans are calling season 5 of Cobra Kai the best season yet. What is your response to that? And I totally agree.
I 100% agree. And I mean, when, season 4 was out and season 5 hadn't come out yet, I love season 4, but I knew season 5 was going to be the one that everyone loved.
Oh my God. I can't even put in words the description of season 5. I know it's a cliche. We always say, okay, this season was the best every time another season, but honestly, season 5 was, out of all the seasons, I liked season 5 ranking season 5 and probably season 1 second. Season 1 was just, you know what I mean?
Classic.
It was totally classic and stuff like that. But season 5, oh my God, everybody, including yourself, you guys just absolutely destroyed it, killed it. You guys were phenomenal. Yeah. So there's an interesting stat, Phoebe. There's 106,700,000 hours viewed in a week of Cobra Kai. Now that's just
insane.
Beyond
I wonder
insane.
If you how many hours the show is in total, and then.
Oh my God!
But
yeah,
a lot of
yeah. That sounds like Bill Gates' bank account. That's incredible. That's crazy, man. Holy! When I saw that stat, I was just that's insane. And that's just the first week, right? So we're just
I can imagine, as time goes on too, with everyone who's gonna watch it for the first time, rewatch it,
Oh yeah, and it's number 1 in almost every country in the world that has Netflix, obviously, right? So
it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a score of 100%.
Yes.
Yeah. So they got to keep continuing Cobra Kai.
Definitely.
Oh man, it's just phenomenal. So, Phoebe, a couple months back, May 5th, I believe, you were invited to an event called Cobra Kai Live and Badass, which was held
Yeah.
in Los Angeles. Tell us about that experience and how honored you are to attend with the rest of the cast.
It was such a cool event, and it just was something that, I was just so excited for it. And it was, I fully didn't really know what to expect, if it was going to be sort of like, I don't know, because I hadn't been to anything like that before, if it was going to be more like a con or like a meet and greet, or if it was going to
No,
be more of a show. But it was like,
nobody knew.
it was everything, and it was like they had such a performance, and it was
Mhm.
it was really cool. And they got everyone in the audience was super involved, and I got to see people there from the show in like a totally different world, because it's all the way across the country for me. So it was really fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. And yeah, it was. I know it was like in Los Angeles, and I saw them advertising it, and my passport expired, so I knew there was like no way of me like.
Yeah.
It's still expired. I still haven't renewed it, and I was actually like thinking of attending. I could have saw you there too, but like I
I
didn't.
know, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got to
so
meet some other like creators. There's so many people there, so it was really cool.
yeah, it was cool because like I've really never heard of like that sort of event, like what they do, what it was entitled. There was not too much like information on it, but I was like, oh, Cobra Kai, I'll go, right? So
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so it was like one of those things. And oh, so they had a live music performance from Joe Bean Esposito, who originally sang
Yeah.
"You're the Best." Did you get up and dance? And
Oh yeah, I danced for
you
sure.
did, right?
Everyone in the audience, I think, stood up. Like it was at the end, so he was like the final kind of act, and
Yeah, yeah.
so it was like a big finale. Like we had just seen the trailer for season 5 that dropped, so at the time we were like, just the energy in there was so cool, and it was just so accurate to Cobra Kai and like Cobra Kai fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny because like I interviewed Joe Bean Esposito, who sang "You're the Best" around just
Yeah.
a few months ago, and what a great guy! And the fact of that song, like it just gives you so much adrenaline,
It
and
does.
obviously people that grew up in the '80s know all about that song, and it's
Mhm.
crazy how it's like passed on to generation. It's still like it's the best, man. Like it's honestly like I love it, man.
I do
But
too.
yeah, I can imagine the energy, and I saw like a few clips on YouTube of people that were there, and they, you know what I mean, they recorded
Yeah,
it. So I was just like, damn, man, I should have went. So
it was so much fun. I hope they do something like that again in the future, because it was really cool.
that's cool. And Phoebe, when you were there, did obviously there was like a lot of Cobra Kai fans there in attendance. Did a lot of them like come up to you wanting like photographs,
Yeah, yeah, that was cool too. And it was also like, I feel like, since I'm not, like a main person or anything like that, but the diehard fans really recognize like
Of
everyone. They
course,
really know us.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was really cool.
Yeah. Well, I would say you're up there, Phoebe. I wouldn't put you down. And
Well, thank
so
you.
yeah, you're definitely up there. So uh you made your appearance in Cobra Kai in about like middle of season 4.
Hmm.
And you have rise up the ranks as a fan favorite character. See, so you're not a nobody, Phoebe.
Thank
So
you.
amongst the Cobra Kai fandom, obviously, we see you at events like the one we just mentioned,
Hmm.
and podcasts such as this. When you look at how far you have come, how do you process all this excitement and being on a number one caliber show such as Cobra Kai?
It's something that, I've always really loved acting. That's been my passion for so long, but you don't really get prepared for the feeling of like, this is actually like what I want to be happening.
Right.
It's so surprising every time. And I hope that I can keep this train going up from here, because it's so much fun. And it's more than just like, it's such a community, so it's just really cool to have like all these cool people like you. I've got to meet everyone on the cast
Yeah.
and the crew, and just, yeah, so it's
Yeah. Likewise, like I can say the same thing about you guys, and like being on a show on that like high caliber of a show,
yeah.
and millions of people knowing your face. Like like if I put myself in that position, I would just be like such an awe, and I'm just like, wow,
It's
people know
surreal.
me. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
had the first time that it was like I kind of realized it, I was at the car wash getting my car washed, and the man who was like, you know, taking the payment or whatever, he was standing outside,
sure.
and he's like, "Are you in Cobra Kai?" And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
god.
"Yeah." And I remember asking him, I was like, "How do you know that?" Like,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh my, you know, my kids love it, so it's on all the time in my house." And I was just like,
Yeah.
"This is just
Oh
insane."
yeah, yeah. Young or old, there's Cobra Kai fans of all
Oh
ages.
yeah.
So that's really really cool. So you got to work firsthand with Thomas Ian Griffith, who plays Terry Silver, obviously.
Yes.
So now this might have easily been the best performance of his career.
Mhm.
What is your intake on Thomas's performance? Because you got to witness it in person, and does it deserve some sort of an Academy Award?
I definitely think he does. I think he
I
is
agree.
a strong, talented actor, and
Mhm.
having him go from, you know, he's always very like composed and professional, but having him go from like joking around and being that to delivering like the monologue that he does at the end in the finale, like I every time I watched that, I was just like in awe, taking notes. You know, like he's so good. So yeah, I think he deserves everything for this role.
Wow, what a brilliant performance. Like in season 4 near the end, you saw like the scary Terry, and then season 5, it was like you know what? Like I knew he was going to be like ruthless and crazy, but not to this extent. This was like they raised the bar on his character
He's like a
completely.
new level of like evil. I don't know, like that I've never
Yeah.
seen in anything. And he's so, you know, smart about it. And you know,
Oh.
you're kind of always like scared of what he's gonna do. But I feel like it's always surprising. Like the stealing the limo, like there's just so many things that I just,
Yeah.
you know, you don't see.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's funny you say that. It's well, yeah, yeah. I think he would favor you. You know, you're one of his students, so there's nothing to be
yeah,
worried
I
about.
was loyal to him. I feel like
Definitely. Yes, you are. I love how invested, not just like your character, but like even outside of Cobra Kai. I see how like how much you love the show and everything about. That's really cool. That's what I love about you guys. And so your Charlotte character was in for a special surprise in season 5. You guys got your first ever female sensei, Kim
mhm.
De Yoon, played by Alicia Hannah Kim. So how was your experience working with her, the new girl in town?
He was awesome. She was so cool. She comes in and you know she's just so like small and little, and she has a long
Yeah, she
ponytail.
does have
And
small build.
she is, and it was
Mhm.
just kind of it was really cool because you know there's like kind of that connection like me and Gianna had just like being some of the first female Cobras, and then getting to see like the first female Sensei. So um,
Yeah,
it's crazy how much like the dojo's grown enough where we can have that, which is really cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool because you look back, Aisha, she was the first female Cobra Kai student.
Yeah.
Then I believe Tory, right, was the
Mhm.
second. Then you guys came in, so you
Yeah.
get technically you have a stake in this. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You, Gianna, and the rest of the crew. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
So a couple of years down, you know what I mean? When you look back at this, you're gonna be like, hey, you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
made history as females, and that's cool. I like how they included like even at the All Valley, right? For
Yeah.
the the female competitors and all that stuff. That was really cool.
Yeah. It is
So
super cool.
yeah, congratulations on that, man. I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I rounded up a few behind the scenes stuff for everybody to see.
Cool.
Let's start off by a clip. I got a really short clip. I think people like I love behind the scenes type stuff.
I do
Uh,
too.
yeah, my friends always like, you know, why do you like behind the scenes more than the show? I say I like both, but like I just like yeah, you know, the whole process and you know what it involves. A lot of people don't actually like kind of like sit there and realize like what it takes, you know, to the whole process of it on the show. So
Yeah.
let's take a look at this clip here.
Roll in, quiet please. So no yells.
That's so awesome, man. I love that clip. Is you and your partner in crime, Gianna. I saw that. But by the chance, did you guys get to duke it out yet? Behind the scenes?
Not yet, but it'll come.
I know Gianna's watching. I know.
Definitely is.
So, Phoebe, explain a little like that clip. I know you guys have like the stunt team, fight choreographers. So, like, what scene in particular were you guys preparing in that clip that I just showed?
It was towards the end of the season, and I remember like watching when I watched the season first, like through all the way. I remember seeing that like kata that we were learning, which is what that's called, where it's you're doing, you're not fighting, but you're doing the movements.
Yeah.
So every time there is karate on screen, it was taught and practiced for hours, even if it's
I can imagine
smallest clip. And it's really cool because like learning that we all got to learn that choreography. They pick, who's going to be doing what in the scene and where you're going to be standing. But, we have downtime too. So, and that was just us like practicing to make sure when we go in there, it looks like the best that it can look.
Yeah.
It's really sharp and clean.
Totally. Like I'm blown away about that stuff because like, I like to see like, like how you guys do it prior to it, like being on the screen and stuff like that, right? So I guess you could say I'm a behind the scenes type of dude, right? I like stuff like that. I'm really interested. I'm curious, right? So seeing stuff like that was really cool. And I saw Chance in the background. He was there, who plays Rob, and Gianna obviously who plays Lindsay. And Gianna seemed pretty excited. She nailed it. So I saw her with a little thumbs up over there. So
when we get it right, because a lot of times it's movements, that maybe we're not used to, or we have 10 minutes to learn like a longer combination. And
really?
Yeah, like it's super quick that we get taught it. And then
I thought it was actually like maybe hours or wow.
Yeah, so they teach it to us. Usually we would learn a scene like that in the morning, and we get taught by like Don and he would come in. That's the main fight
choreographer. Yeah.
So he would teach that to us, and then we'd have like Tom and just other like stunt people would help us practice it. But a lot of times it was, up to us to kind of like perfect it. And even, where your thumb goes, or like how far apart your hands are, like if you're in a fist versus like this versus like that.
Yeah.
Those all matter, because people know the show's about karate. So we want to make
it. That's so cool, man. I swear, like when and if there's a season 6, I definitely want to like come on set and like just kind of like get a sneak peek or experience on it. So yeah, that's so cool, man. That's awesome. So I also got just a few photos that we'll share here, and let me bring up the first one here. And I got a question about this photo. There's you with the Cobra Kai gi. So cool. Yeah. Who's that guy right there? Did he just photobomb you?
Yes, that's Austin. Who's one of them?
Oh yeah, Austin. Oh my God. Yeah, I know. He looks totally different there. Yeah,
he does. Yeah, he doesn't have his glasses, and he's
okay. Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you, Phoebe. Now, did you like the sleeveless gis or the long sleeve ones that you have here in season 5?
I like the long sleeve ones.
Really? So you don't like the traditional sleeveless?
I like those and like in the tournament, and they're just the classic like all valley gi. So like, that aspect of it was really cool. But I don't know, I think the red with the black and having we hadn't got to wear long sleeves before, so that was cool. I just think so we were just excited that they were
definitely. Yeah, because if you go back like beginning season, obviously they started with like the white long sleeve ones, the people that were in season 1 and 2 and all that. Then they in season 2 they had the short sleeve, I believe, right? So
because then the all valley in season 1 they had the short sleeve too.
That's right, they did. Yeah, you are right. Yeah, I just remember when they were practicing because a couple times they had the white one. So yeah, they keep switching. You're right about that. So picture 2 here, you got the whole group here. There's AJ, Chance, Gianna, Hannah, Reagan, you obviously, Austin. Yes. Wow, man, this is so cool. Now, is this picture taken the same day as that clip? Because it seems like you guys are in the same facility, or you guys just
yes, I think it was. I mean, so that like area that we're in right now was like the Cobra's like holding area that we usually had. So we, you know, every time we were back there, we would goof around to take pictures.
Yeah, you guys are lucky I wasn't on set, man. That's totally me goofing around.
Yeah.
And so third picture here, moving along. Wow. You know what? Everybody actually complimented the new Cobra Kai dojo. How cool was this to work in this like new like state-of-the-art facility?
The first time I saw it, I was just like, oh my God, like compared to the other dojo that we had been in, you know.
Right. I was gonna ask you about that.
I mean, they're both in the same, so we work on like a set. So all of these are both sets. What you see from the outside is different from what's inside, but it's the same building. So it was like they tore down the old one and they put this up, and it's massive. It's so cool. So this was me taking a picture of it. Like,
yeah, that's so cool. Like, I have this thing, Phoebe, where like when Cobra Kai is like all totally done, right? I'm gonna make the trip down there, and I'm gonna like kind of like document all the filming locations.
Yeah.
And you know, of like what's left of it, obviously, right? I don't expect to walk in and see this dojo, but like, yeah. So that's cool. And now next photo, this is my favorite, and I'm sure this is yours. You and your best friend.
Yes.
You and Gianna.
That was like one of the first days that we had filming. So we were very excited to be back at it.
That's cool. Now, what I want to ask you, Phoebe, this photo now, was this the one at that water park where they shot in season 5? Okay, so this
water park.
I just wanted to confirm that because there was the water slides and I saw a pool in the background and stuff like that. So so did you go down the water slide? I asked Chance that.
I actually didn't. And I remember I really wanted to because, there are certain scenes where we were in the pool and not in the pool, but the Cobra is always like stuck together. Like, I don't know if that is being like able to be picked up from the background or anything, but so all of us were mostly together. So sometimes we were in the water, sometimes we weren't, but yeah, I never got to go down the slide. I really wanted
to. Yeah, I haven't interviewed anyone. Well, besides, Tory and Hawk. So,
I think no one else really got to. I don't remember, but we did the kitty slide.
But you did go swimming at least, right?
Yeah,
had some fun in the sun.
We did go swimming.
Okay, good. At least you went in the water, so you did did do something. So that's pretty cool, man. And I love it. Yeah, for behind the scenes, that's really cool stuff, man. And next question I wanted to ask you, Phoebe, what was your favorite scene to shoot in season 5?
Definitely the finale. I think that fight scene at the end was unreal. Like I hadn't gotten to do fight choreography with someone else. And you can't, I don't know. I have to rewatch it because there's so much happening in that scene. But
there was a lot going on. I
got to fight Owen, who plays Bert. I got to fight Nate. I got to fight like just a bunch of people. There's
so awesome.
So
you kicked his butt for sure, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Cobra Kai all the way, man. Yeah. So suck it, Bert. Yeah.
Yes.
Just kidding. We love you, Owen, but yeah. But when it comes to character, I don't like you. So Cobra Kai. And so, Phoebe, out of all the cast members, in your opinion, who would you say is just like their character? I know that's a tough one, right? Yeah. Probably Gianna.
I mean, Gianna.
She kind of strikes me as that.
Yeah.
She's hilarious, man.
She's very goofy, for sure.
Yeah, I like her. It was funny, like, when I see her and talk to her, she's just hilarious, man.
She is hilarious.
And, yeah, so actually, what I wanted to talk to you about is Sensei Crease, the real star of the show, the red flavored Jello. So
yes,
you know what, Phoebe? I'm not gonna lie to you. I know like Crease is one of my like favorite characters. Besides Mike Barnes is my number one guy. Sean Kane is my number one too. But I love like John Crease. Honestly, like when I saw him getting shanked. And he apparently died, And I was just like, I almost wanted, like, I literally wanted to turn the show off because I was like so pissed off. I was like, come on, they can't end Crease like that. Like, after all
that
he's
would
been
not be a good way for him to go
he's
out.
just like, his character is so like, I think a lot of people could just like relate to it, and like he's been like through so much like character wise, right? And I was just like, there's no way they're gonna. I was like, I can't believe that. I was just going crazy. There's so many things going through my head, right?
Yeah.
And when I saw him, come back alive, I was like, thank God. You know what I mean? So your old sensei's back out. So, anyways, your thoughts on that whole Crease?
I really liked the plot line kind of that they did with him. And it was weird because, we really didn't get to see him because he's not, in the dojo, he's pretty isolated in jail. But there was a day actually where I stood in for him. So I like read that part of the, the sides of script that they gave us. So I had a know of what was happening. So I got to sit, in his chair and
that's so cool.
So
yeah, like my heart like almost like just broke completely when I was just like, oh my God. You know what I mean? It's like, now what? But when he came back out and I was the happiest guy in the world. I was like, yes.
He's too smart,
Yeah. Cobra Kai is his, like as much as I even love Terry Silver and like Terry Silver's off to jail, prison, wherever you want to say. There's gonna be, like they said, they got a lot of like stuff on him, allegations and whatnot, and it'll be interesting. So it will be interesting.
I'm so excited to see what happens.
Definitely. And I just definitely hope and pray that there is a season 6 so we can just see, funny thing enough, I hate to say this, but you guys abandoned Cobra Kai in the end. So
I know
Charlotte's no longer
through our jackets, and I don't know. Yeah. So I'm like,
so Charlotte,
I don't know where I stand or where Charlotte stands.
Yeah, Charlotte's not affiliated with anybody right now. So you're a free agent.
I am a free agent.
Whatever you do, don't go to Miyagi. Don't.
Oh, never. I would not do karate over going to Miyagi.
Oh man, yeah. You know what? Besides like Cobra Kai, I have like Miyagi-Do is cool and stuff. I like the history and stuff like that, right? I always wanted Daryl Vidal to come back and reprise his role for the Locust Valley Karate Club, and he's a badass. And hopefully, maybe they could like do something like that. But that's just like thinking out loud kind of thing.
For sure.
So
that'd be so cool.
Yeah, so many possibilities and stuff. That's what I like about Cobra Kai. It's completely wide open. Yeah, they left it for like.
There's so many people from the universe that can come back in, and
Yeah, definitely. And what did you think of my buddy Sean Keene and Mike Barnes' performance?
He was awesome. He was so cool. I mean, and he had his own like surprising kind of plot twist. So he was a really cool character, and I thought he killed it.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad he's back. And no matter what role they gave him, I would have been happy. And I am happy. So I'm just glad to see Karate's bad boy is back. One thing I wanted to ask you, Phoebe, one of my favorite scenes was Cousin Louie sure knew how to throw a party. Yeah. So what did you think of the whole party scene? That was hilarious.
I thought it was so funny. It was just, it kind of a new side of everyone that you get to see. So I like the stuff that was just like new and different. So
definitely. Awesome. You know what I like about that whole party scene? It seemed like they were actually having a good time, like shooting it, and like what I mean, doing the whole thing.
You could see the chemistry that they had, and just like the back and forth.
Yeah, Chozen was hilarious. That guy was so funny.
Hilarious.
Man. I was laughing the whole time.
His one-liners were awesome in this season. Like
definitely. That's so cool. Did you get to meet like Sean Keene or Chozen? Or
we worked with Chozen. Cool. There was a few scenes where we were in together, and I saw Sean, but I never really I didn't do a scene with him. I didn't really get to work with him, but
his scenes were totally separate. He wasn't like
but he was there at the same time as us. Sometimes like the parking lot scene. Stuff like that was filmed like while we were there. So
yeah, definitely. That's cool, man. And so Phoebe, are we allowed to talk about any projects that you have maybe completed or you're working on or anything like that without you getting in trouble, obviously?
Sure. I actually as of tonight, I have a movie coming out on Netflix called Do Revenge.
Yep.
Is coming out tomorrow. So I am so excited. And it's like my first SAG role. So I'll have lines, and we filmed it all summer last summer, like in between season 4 and season 5 of Cobra Kai. So I am so excited for it to come out.
So September 16, which is tomorrow.
Yes.
And wow, so you must be pretty, wow, Cobra Kai season 5. Now you got Do Revenge, another Netflix.
I know, like back to back. So
that's so cool.
It's a fun few weeks.
That's awesome. And now, are you working on anything else, or you can't really?
Yeah, I'm doing some stuff right now. So
okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Okay, that's really cool, Phoebe. So I will definitely check that out. Do Revenge. I want to see you in that. That'll be really fun to see. Yeah. And so Phoebe, like I just want to like really, really thank you for coming on here. I always love having you back on the show and seeing you progress as an actress. And I'm so proud of like your accomplishments on obviously Cobra Kai. And like I said earlier, I know how invested you are into that show and how much you like love that show as well. As much probably you love it as much as I do, and which is cool. And that's what I like about a lot of you cast members. And I don't think there is like a show with like a fan base like Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like I love how you guys interact with the fans, and you guys are down to earth, and you know, some people just like they just want to be heard. You know what I mean? A simple hi goes a long way with a lot of these people, and I know you guys been like really good sports and reaching out to as much fans as you guys possibly could. So that's really cool. Hats off to you guys. You guys were phenomenal.
Thank you so much. I mean, I feel like everyone just wants the show to thrive. And I think that that's the main thing that kind of bonds everyone together. You know, everyone on the creative team and the actors and the people who watch it and make content about it, like you, like everyone just, you know, they want this show to be a success, and it is. And it's just cool to like experience it as a whole.
I totally agree. And so now the big thing is going to be is season 6 going to come out, or when is it going to come out? And you know the whole story. So trust me, I'll be waiting to. It's funny because like I knew that was going to happen once season 5 released, like a month or a couple weeks later. Everyone's like, okay, I want season 6. People are already starting to say, I want season 6.
Yes, well, we have not started filming it, so but hopefully, you know, putting that energy out there.
Absolutely. I have trust in the big 3. They know what they're doing. They led us this far, and I continue to like trust them. And I definitely want to see more of Charlotte and, you know, the rest of the crew, because I love interviewing you guys, and I love chatting with you guys, and you guys are awesome. And hats off to you guys in season 5. Congratulations. You guys were so much. So kick-ass and badass and all that stuff. So
thank you.
So Phoebe, once again, thank you for coming on, and I would love to have you back again, whether it's like Cobra Kai or new projects, and we can just like chat it up.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you.
Definitely. So that is it for Cobra Kai Canada. Peace.